Have you ever sat in front of your computer, feeling like a rock is stuck in your stomach? Your hand is shaking a little, and you know you should take the trade, but a tiny voice screams, "Stop! Don't do it!" That is fear. It's the reason good traders mess up. It's the wall that stops you from making money, and it's what keeps you up at night. Fear is not just about the money you lose. It's about losing the feeling of safety. Think of the time you sold a winner too fast. You got a little profit, but then the stock shot up, and you felt sick because you missed out on a huge win. Or think of when you held a loser for too long, praying it would come back, and it just kept sinking, taking your money with it. Fear makes you slow when you need to be fast, and fast when you need to be still. It turns trading into a scary guessing game. What if I told you that fear is like a loud, worried dog? You can't make the dog disappear, but you can learn to put it on a leash and teach it to be quiet. You don't have to kill the fear, you just have to control it. Today, we are not going to talk about charts. We are going to talk about your brain and how it works. We're going to use simple ideas, the same ones used by soldiers and great athletes, to calm your mind when the market is loud. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why you panic, and you will have the only 3 true ways to put fear in its place. These are simple tools you can use right away, the very next time you feel that knot in your belly. You will learn to stick to your plan, keep your promises to yourself, and finally trade with a strong, quiet mind. This is how you really beat fear, and we start now. The psychological root of trade fear. To beat the fear, you must first know where it comes from. It's not just a bad feeling you get. It's a very old, built-in system in your human body that tries to keep you safe. Imagine your brain is like a very nervous security guard. This guard has only one job: keep you alive. He doesn't care about your trading account or your fancy charts, he only cares about danger. This old, worried part of your brain is where fear lives. When you lose money, your brain sees that loss as a danger to your safety, like a bear in the woods. It doesn't see a number on a screen, it sees a threat. And when that danger pops up, the security guard screams and slams the panic button. This panic button causes 2 major, foolish trading mistakes that hurt you every day. Losing money hurts way more than winning feels good. Think about this. Losing $50 feels much worse than finding $50 feels good. Scientists call this loss aversion. Your brain is made to feel the pain of losing something much stronger than the happiness of getting something. This is why you jump out of a trade too early when it's winning. You are terrified of having that small win disappear and turn into a loss. The security guard in your brain is yelling, "Quick! Take the small money and run away. Don't risk losing it." This stops you from getting the big, long wins that really build wealth. You cut your flowers and water your weeds. The fight to feel safe, the need for control. We all hate not knowing what will happen next. We want to feel like we are in charge. Trading is the opposite of being in charge. Every single trade is a moment where you say, "I can't control the market, but I'll make a smart bet." When fear hits, it's often because your brain is trying very hard to grab the control back. This is why you break your own rules. You might trade too often thinking, "If I make more trades, I can fix my losses." Or you might move your stop-loss order farther away, thinking, "If I give it more room, I can control the loss." All these actions are just your brain's silly, scared way of trying to trick itself into feeling safe and in control again. It's like a small child covering their eyes and thinking no one can see them. Understanding these 2 things, that losing hurts double and that your brain hates being out of control, is the first, most powerful step. You are not weak. You are just running on very old human software. Now, we're going to install some updates to win this fight. The first key to control: shrinking the risk line. Since we know your brain's security guard screams the loudest when he sees a big threat, the very first step in controlling fear is simple: make the threat look tiny. You have to shrink the risk. Think of fear as a big, hungry lion. If you go near the lion with a small piece of bread, you feel fine. If you go near the lion carrying a whole cow, you will panic. In trading, the size of the cow is the size of your risk. Most people try to use their whole account or a huge part of it on one trade. That is why they are terrified. They are betting too much money on the line. 1. The simple rule of 1%. The only real way to shrink the risk lion is to use the 1% rule. This is not a suggestion, it is a law of successful trading. You must promise yourself that you will never, ever risk more than 1% of your total trading money on any single trade. Let's use simple numbers. If you have $10,000 in your account, 1% is just $100. When you enter a trade, your stop loss must be set so that if you lose $100 and no more. Now, think about the security guard in your brain. Is he going to panic over a $100 loss? Maybe a little, but not much. It's like losing a $20 bill from your wallet. It stings for a minute, but it doesn't break you. It doesn't put your family in danger. This small risk size tricks your brain. It tells the nervous security guard, relax, it's just a test. This is not a bear, it's a puppy. By making the loss feel like no big deal, you stop the fear from turning into a full-blown panic. 2. How to make it real. You must make this rule physical. Before you hit the buy or sell button, you need a trade checklist. The very first thing on that list is, did I size my position so I risk only 1%? If the answer is no, you do not take the trade, no matter how good it looks. When you use the 1% rule every time, two amazing things happen. First, the fear fades because you are never staring at a huge loss. Second, even if you lose 10 trades in a row, you still have 90% of your account left. You are still in the game. You can't be terrified of losing when you know you can afford to lose. That simple idea, keeping the risk tiny, is the most powerful tool you have to control fear. The second key to control, the power of ritual and rules. We talked about how your brain hates feeling out of control. When you take a trade just because you feel like it, or you move your stop loss because you hope things will change, you are feeding that fear. You are letting your emotions drive the bus. The second key to controlling fear is to take the driver's seat back. You do this by creating a trading ritual and following rules that cannot be broken. 1. Trading is not a feeling, it's a factory. Think of a big factory that makes cars. Does the factory worker just feel like putting the wheel on now? They follow a clear, step-by-step process every time. Trading needs to be a factory, not a fun trip to the fair. When you follow a process, you stop feeling. You start doing. Your trading ritual starts before you ever look at a chart. It might look like this. Check my mind. Am I angry, sad, or super excited? If yes, stop trading. Check my plan. Do I have a written plan for this stock or market? Check my risk. Did I set my position size to risk only 1%? Check the chart. Is the entry signal exactly what my plan says? When you follow this simple list before every trade, you tell your nervous security guard brain, everything is fine. I am following the steps. The fear has no room to jump in because you are busy focusing on the task, not the possible outcome. The act of following the rules is the opposite of panic. 2. Taking the decision away from the moment. Fear lives in the moment of action. It attacks when you have to decide, should I buy now, or should I sell now? The smartest traders take the decision away from that scary moment. You make all the hard choices before the trade starts. Before you enter a trade, you write down 3 numbers, and these numbers are set in stone. Entry price, the exact price I buy. Stop loss price, the exact price I will sell if I am wrong. Target price, the exact price I will sell to take my profit. When you enter the trade, you immediately put those orders into your computer. Your work is done. If the price hits your stop loss, you lose 1%, and the computer does the selling for you. If it hits your target, the computer takes the profit. You remove your emotional hands from the control panel. By doing this, you turn trading from a mental battle into a simple task. When the fear shows up, you can simply say, "Too late, brain. The decisions were already made by the smart, calm version of me yesterday." This is powerful. The third key to control, time and expectation management. If you want to control fear, you have to stop seeing trading as a quick trip to the money machine. Fear loves speed and surprise. When you expect to get rich fast, every little loss feels like a failure, and that feeds the panic. The third key is to change how you think about time and what you expect from the market. 1. Adopt the investor's mindset, slowing down. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. Does he plant a seed on Monday and scream at it on Tuesday for not being a big tree yet? He knows it takes time, care, and that some seeds won't grow. Trading is just like farming. You are planting a setup, your seed, and you have to let the market, the soil and sun, do its work over time. Most fearful traders are trying to scalp or day trade, which is the fastest, scariest way to trade. This means they are making dozens of decisions every day, giving fear 1,000 chances to attack. Slow down. Try to step back to a longer time frame. Look at the weekly charts, or at least the daily charts. This simple act of slowing down changes everything. Instead of checking your trades every 5 minutes, check them once or twice a day. The more space you put between your actions and your emotions, the less power the fear has. You move from being a nervous, minute-by-minute gambler to a calm, patient farmer. 2. Trading in batches, the law of large numbers. When you are scared after a loss, you start thinking that trade was the only chance you had. This is a very common trick your brain plays on you. Successful trading is not about one good trade, it's about making 100 good trades. You need to stop judging your trading on what happened in the last hour or even the last week. You must judge your success only after a large number of trades, maybe 50 or 100. This is called the law of large numbers. If your strategy is good, it might win 6 out of every 10 times. But you might lose the first 4 in a row. If you panic after those 4 losses, you will miss the 6 big wins that were coming next. You must accept that losses are just a cost of doing business. They are not proof that you are dumb or wrong. They are simply part of the plan, like a delivery fee. By focusing on the results of batches of trades, you make the single loss meaningless. You take away its power to scare you. You treat each trade like a simple toss of a coin. You don't care about one toss, you only care about the result after 100 tosses. This frees you from the fear of the single outcome. Now, take a second and think. We've talked about 3 big, simple keys: shrinking the risk, following a ritual, and slowing down your thinking. What is the one single rule from your own trading plan that you break most often when fear hits? Tell me in the comments below. Knowing your enemy is the first step to beating it. We've reached the end of this talk, but this is really just the beginning of your journey. You now know that the fear you feel isn't a sign that you are a bad trader. It's just a sign that you are a normal human with a nervous security guard in your brain. We learned today that you can't kill fear, but you can control it. And we learned the only 3 ways to do that. Shrink the risk line. You must use the 1% rule. Never, ever risk more than 1% of your total money on any single trade. This trick tells your brain the risk is tiny, so the panic button doesn't get pushed. You can't be terrified of losing when you know you can afford the loss. Use the power of ritual. Stop letting your feelings decide your trades. Turn your trading into a factory with a clear, step-by-step checklist. Make all the hard decisions about your entry, stop-loss, and target before you enter the trade. This removes your emotional hands from the control panel. Slow down and think in batches. Stop trying to get rich in one day. Trading is like farming, not instant magic. Slow down, use longer time frames, and judge your success only after 50 or 100 trades. Losses are just the cost of doing business, not a sign of failure. This is the whole secret. Controlling fear is not about having courage. It's about having a plan that makes courage unnecessary. When you follow these 3 simple rules, you are not trading based on hope or fear. You are trading based on rules. You become the quiet, calm pilot, and the nervous security guard has to sit down and shut up. The only way to truly control your trade fear is to make decisions so small and your process so solid that your nervous human brain has nothing big left to worry about. Now, take action right now. You just watched this video because you want to change. Don't let this knowledge disappear into the air. First, click the like button on this video. It is a small action, but it tells yourself that you are serious about changing the way you trade. Second, look at the comment you just left below, where you named the one rule you break most often. Promise yourself right now that you will write that rule down on a bright piece of paper and tape it next to your trading screen. Finally, if you want more simple, powerful ways to fix the mental mistakes that cost you money, subscribe to this channel. I will be here every week to help you build the mind of a successful, fearless trader. Thank you for watching. Now go prove that you can stick to the plan.